Hey everyone, it's Keegan here. I'm back with another video for you guys, and in today's video I'm bringing you guys another edition of Keegan's movie reviews once again, and we're only going to be talking about one movie this time, and this is a movie that I saw in theaters for the first time in theaters over the weekend, and it's one that's been on my watch list for the longest time, and I finally crossed it off. Anyways, the film in question is the 1976 horror film Carrie, and this is the original. And this film is based on the 1973 novel of the same name, which was written by Stephen King and was directed by Brian De Palma, who also directed Carlito's Way. And this film was originally released on November 16th, 1976. Now, I actually have read the novel that this movie was based on once a really long time ago, back when I was in high school. I don't really remember too much about the novel, but I do remember liking it. It's just I don't remember it enough to compare it to this movie. Not that I was going to compare it in this video. And as I mentioned before, I saw this film in theaters on Saturday, which was my first time seeing the movie. But unfortunately, the theater going experience I had with this movie was absolutely terrible. But we're going to save that for later in the video. But anyways, we're going to talk about the story of the film, get into my thoughts on it, and then we'll talk about the awful movie-going experience I had with this movie, seeing it in theaters. So let's take a dive into Carrie. So this film centers around a girl named Carrie White, who is played by Sissy Spacek. And Carrie is a very, very lonely teenage girl. She has little to no friends. She gets bullied a lot in school, and to make matters worse, her mother it basically just bullies her every day because she is a very, very, very religious person. Basically a psychotic, fanatic religious person. I guess that's how I would put it. All in all, she's just a very looked down upon person, and it just doesn't have a very good life, with people treating her like shit, and her mother basically locking her up in a like in the it was like a closet or something, or like a basement. I'm not sure. I think it was like a closet or something. Whenever she committed what she recalls a sin, because around the beginning of the movie, when Carrie is having a shower in the girls' locker room, she gets her first period, and then all the girls just bully her because Carrie didn't know she was having her first period, and then all the girls just pick on her and stuff, and then after she gets saved, she gets sent home. And then the mother thinks it's a sin because the mother is against sex and things like menstruation is like a sin or something. And then she locks her in the basement, or I think it's a closet. Yeah, it's a closet or something. And then one day, Carrie finds out she has telekinetic powers, that she can move stuff with her mind and basically get revenge on all the people who's done shitty things to her. And then around the end of the film, that she gets invited to prom by some boy, and then they pour all the pig's blood all over her. And then from there, it was basically just the last straw, and she basically gets revenge on them. And without giving away too much, that's basically the story of the film in a nutshell. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's definitely a classic film, and it's an icon for a reason. Brian De Palma did a great job directing it. Sissy Spacek did a great job as Carrie, and the late Piper Laurie, who played Carrie's mother, did a great job. And yeah, may she rest in peace. And it had some really good music. It's a slow burn movie, and it's a sad film. Like during the first half of the film, before the prom massacre around the end. Yeah, it's a sad film. You really feel sorry for Carrie because basically she has almost no one to turn to. She gets bullied basically every day from people at school and by her mother. Just you just feel sorry for her. And and by the time it gets dark around the end, when she uses her telekinetic powers to kill almost everybody in the prom, and it was just so really well done, and the effects for that thing, for those the use of telekinetic powers, like back then was really impressive, I must say, for a movie that came out in the mid-70s. And this was also John Travolta's first movie, which was pretty interesting. He looks a lot different in this movie than any other movie he's been in since then. Well, this was the 70s, of course. But all in all, I really enjoyed this film, and it's definitely one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever made. As a matter of fact, the novel that this movie was based on was Stephen King's very first novel. And yeah. But like I mentioned before, I have read the novel it was based on before a really long time ago, but I don't really remember it too much to compare it to the film. But I guess the film must have been a good adaptation. I don't know. I should definitely read the book again someday. And I do know there was a sequel to this movie that came out in 1998 called The Rage Carrie 2 or something. I heard it's not very good though. And there were actually two remakes of this movie. One of them came out in 2002, which I believe was a made-for-TV movie. And then there was another one that came out in 2013 with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. Although I hear none of them compare to the greatness of the original. But I would like to check the two remakes out one day, just out of curiosity. I don't expect them to be nearly as good as this one. But I really enjoyed this movie, aside from the terrible movie-going experience I had seeing it, which we'll get to that really quickly before I end the video. But yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed Carrie, and I'm glad to have finally crossed it off the watch list. And yeah, I recommend it if you haven't seen it. And I do recommend checking out the novel it was based on too. Anyways, I'm giving Carrie an 8.5 out of 10. Now, before we end the video, let's get on to the my unfortunate experience seeing this movie in theaters. Now, when I went to go see this movie in theaters on Saturday, it actually started out fine because before the movie actually started, there was a drag show that happened like a half hour before the movie even started, which was pretty interesting. I never actually been to a drag show before, and I didn't know there was even going to be a drag show that was going to happen before the movie even started. But yeah, I found the drag show really entertaining. The two drag performers were really good in it, and the dancing was well done, and it was just really entertaining. But by the time the film started, it all went downhill from there, as people wouldn't stop talking non-stop 90% throughout the fucking movie, which really pissed me off. And there was this one guy who was like, "Ooh, ooh," like whenever something happened, like when the mirror breaks, when Carrie gets her to uses her powers for the first time, and oh my god, it was just, it almost ruined the experience for me seeing this movie in the theaters because of these fucking assholes who don't know how to shut up during a movie. But yeah, it was just really frustrating. And at times there were people laughing a lot at the movie when the movie wasn't really intended to be a comedy at all. Like, what the hell, man? So, in a nutshell, there were people laughing at parts during the movie, especially when it all went quiet after the blood was poured onto Carrie at the prom scene. And it was just so bad. And on top of that, there were people that wouldn't shut up throughout the movie. So, needless to say, seeing this movie in theaters was a disaster. Like, my experience seeing it was a disaster. But thankfully, it didn't really affect my view of the film. It's a great film, but my experience was just terrible. But seriously, if you're going to talk throughout the movie, just get out. What the hell are you even doing here at a movie if you're just going to talk throughout the fucking movie? Yeah. But other than that, it was a great film, but I just wish my movie-going experience was a lot better. But who knows? Maybe one day if I ever see it again in theaters, maybe the experience will be much better than what I had to go through on Saturday. So yeah, that's basically how my theater-going experience went with this movie. I know I already talked about it in a vlog video that I did yesterday, but I already talked about it again in this video anyways. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, as always, feel free to leave a like, comment below, subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on notifications. And what do you guys think of this movie? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, Anyways, guys, so until next time, this is Keagan Shepard signing off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye bye.